Good evening and welcome to this week in review. Tonight's stories include A.J. Matthews take part in their annual science fair, Library Week celebrations, grad night highlights. These stories plus community events, the BBS Playbill, Off the Rack and more coming up after this.
Participation, finding solutions. Getting active is easy. And Canada's Physical Activity Guide shows just how easy it is. Rosella chooses to go skating with her daughter Letitia. They're having fun, and they're also enjoying the benefits of physical activity.
Physical activity is one of the ways in which we have so much fun together.
Rosella's solution is a participation solution. Try it.
On Friday, April the 27th, the students at A.J. Matthews Elementary School took part in their annual science fair. These students put quite a bit of work into these projects. Each group had to decide what their science project would be. Then they had to do some research. Each project had to show what the project was, the material used, how it worked, and the conclusion to the project. All the information then had to be included in the presentation part of the science fair. Here are a few examples of the students' work.
You want to tell me a bit about your project?
This is our water filter, and mainly what we're doing is we're putting all kinds of different materials together and seeing what's missed to filter the dirty water. This is the dirty water.
Okay.
And we'll try to filter it. And you can see it's cleaner.
Okay. It's a neat project.
There's 3 rules of magnets, and one of them is there's an invisible force field around a magnet. So when you put a magnet on arm filling, you can actually see the force field. And another rule is magnets repel each other and attract to each other. So when you put 2 magnets in, one side is south and one side is north, they'll stick. But if you put 2 north poles or 2 south poles together, they'll actually float. This needle is magnetized by just stroking it with the south side of a different magnet. And when you put it on a cord and put it in the water, point it that way, put it in the water, it'll keep spinning until it actually comes north. You gotta point north.
Wow, it's a really neat project.
I congratulate the students on it. On Monday of this week, the Burgeo Public Library began celebrating Library Week. The celebrations got underway with the cutting of the cake. Students from Mrs. Ann's class received this honor of helping Mrs. McDonald, the librarian, with this task. The theme for this year's Library Week is Let Libraries Carry You Away. The students at both schools were encouraged to take part in contests. For the kindergarten, it was coloring. Grade 2 students took part in the Read and Do sheet. There were word search puzzles for 2, 3, and 4s. Grade 4 to 6 were invited to complete a shape puzzle. Grades 7 to 9 could do the Marconi quiz, and the senior I students could test their knowledge on a crossword puzzle. Then there is the Prose and Poetry contest, which was open to everyone. All students taking part in these contests were eligible to win prizes. People who visited the library during Library Week and took out a book also had their name entered into a draw for a prize. During the week, some classes took part in the buddy reading time. Each student could invite someone to come to school and they would read together. On Wednesday, it was the annual bedtime story hour. Children were invited to come to the library dressed in their pajamas and to bring a favorite toy with them. Volunteers read to the children.
What's everybody going to do? No, they can't see the leg over the bar.
Straddle the secret. Sit like that for a few minutes.
So the teacher dropped Amy and Amy didn't wake up.
The children were also served a bedtime lunch. Congratulations to the Burgeo Library Board on their continuing efforts to promote the library and reading.
Lots of cupcakes around up in the yard. Have I got one in the mail?
I like to do boys. Boys? Look that way.
The RCSCC Bob Bartlett as won again. In our news broadcast of March the 31st, we told you that the Sea Cadets had won the Ride the Crest competition for our region. On Saturday, April the 28th at Gander, 157 RCSCC Bob Bartlett was declared the provincial champs of Ride the Crest competition. Each member of the team received a medal and a certificate, and the Corps was presented with a plaque. Glenn Tucker, Freeman Ann, Crystal Lee Ann, Kayla Lushman, and alternate Victor Benoit were the Sea Cadets that represented Burgeo in the competition. We extend our congratulations to these young men and women who did a fantastic job of representing our community in the competition. We are very proud of you. On Wednesday of this week, BBS learned that Crystal Lee Han was chosen for a Sea Cadet exchange program. Crystal Lee will be traveling to Japan along with one other Sea Cadet from Newfoundland. Congratulations, Crystal Lee, and best wishes on your journey to Japan. Stay tuned for more of This Week in Review coming up after this.
Participation. Finding solutions. Getting active is easy. Canada's Physical Activity Guide shows just how easy it is. Larry chooses to play volleyball with neighbors. They're having fun. They're also enjoying the benefits of physical activity.
Well, it's just unbelievable fun. I hope you have a great time.
Larry's solution is a participation solution. Try it.
Now over to Mayor Ann with the council report.
Good evening. Burgeo Town Council held its regular council meeting on Wednesday, May the 2nd, 2001. Very pleased at this meeting we had 2 visitors who came out and watched the proceedings of council. I've alluded to people using this over the years, and after a while I just gave it up, but I remind people now that regular council meetings are open to the public, and if anyone would like to sit in and watch the proceedings, then the council chambers is open, and the meetings are on the 1st and 3rd Wednesday of each month. Items discussed. Town manager reported that our engineer, Mr. Don DeCesar of Atlantic Engineering, will be in town on May the 10th. And at that meeting we will look after certain things with regard to sidewalks, but the most important item to be discussed at that meeting will be hopefully our new water system. Preliminary figures coming in that the system could go to $2.25 million and done in 2 phases, $1 million this year and $1.25 million next year. This year, what's projected by Atlantic Engineering for the water system, if it's approved, and I'd like to point out that this is very preliminary. The exact figures have not all been exactly tabulated and so on, but I'll just give you some idea what work they're hoping to carry out in the year 2001. They hope to construct a berm breakwater through Long Pond. That's something to sort of break the disturbance and the wave motion during heavy northeast winds, which I know you've took notice to over the years, which creates a lot of stirs the pond up and creates quite a bit of dirt in your water. That will cost $175,000. They hope to remove a fair quantity of the silt from the pond. That is estimated to cost $25,000. Construct an access road, $25,000. Construct treatment building, a new treatment building, $400,000. The acid adjustment system, that's the pH system, estimated to cost $40,000. The installation of 2 pre-filters and controls, that's estimated at $90,000. Modifications existing chlorination system to bring the existing chlorination system up to speed at $20,000. And the estimate for the piping, valves, and so on, $20,000, for a subtotal of $795,000. HST $120,000, total of $915,000, engineering fee of $158,000, a total for the year 2001 of $1,073,000. In the second phase is where we get into the real cleanup, which will be in the year 2002. The ozone generator with oxygen concentration will cost $555,000. Air compressor, contact tanks, and so on, $225,000. Pressure carbon filter system, $110,000. Miscellaneous piping, bells, bypasses, and so on, $40,000. Gives us a total of $1,070,000. Put on another $185,000 for engineering, which gives you the other $1.25 million. This is in the system now. It's working its way through, both federally and provincially. I'm still optimistic that something will begin. However, the cost sharing between the town and government is not working out really to the way we would like it to have went, and so therefore we're running into a few problems there. And if government don't come across with a better cost sharing than is being alluded to right now, then definitely the town is going to have to take an active part and really go at the government. But anyway, let's hope everything will work out fine, and at the end of the year, phase 1 will be completed, and from there on in, we'll start getting even better and better water system in the years to come. The fish plant, as many of you well know, Councillor Reid, myself, and Mr. Hone Marsden went to Ottawa on Saturday. It seemed a bit long to have to spend 4 days just to attend a 1.5-hour meeting. However, that's the way Ottawa operates, and if you're going to play their game, you got to play it under their terms. I found the meeting, it was short, it was brief, and you had to be to the point, make no mistake about it. And but I believe it was what you would call a per usual meeting with regard to Ottawa. I certainly cannot give you any indication from where I sat how well we were received. It appeared to me that the minister plus his aides, they took notes, they listened, they asked a few questions. These people got a very good, what I call poker faces. They hold their cards close to their chest, and as I see it right now, we've just got to wait and see what the outcome is going to be. Now, I did speak to our MP, Bill Matthews, on Wednesday. That's the date of the town council meeting. He called before I went to the meeting, and he said he did meet Mr. Dhaliwal. I don't know if it was in a hallway, in an elevator, but he did run across him, and Mr. Dhaliwal did come forward and say, Bill, I've got to commend you on your delegations from Burns and Georges. They came prepared and made their points well. Now, Bill is not reading anything in that, and neither am I. But like I say, what can you do? You can only go and do your best, and that's what we did. And it'll take time, and we'll see whether something comes out of it or not. I'm not, we say, over-optimistic. However, I'm not pessimistic either. And whatever will be, will be. That's the only way that I can look at it. Your MP, Bill Matthews, he's said in the past that he's told you right on this station that he's not going to build up false hopes. And I've worked with Bill long enough to know that if Bill was almost 99.9% sure of something, he's not going to say until he's sure. And sometimes maybe that is the way that things should be, because when you tell people they're going to get a certain thing and then it doesn't materialize, it's usually the person who passed on that information that has got to take the brunt of it. Our MHA, Minister Parsons, attended the meetings with us. I would like to thank Minister Parsons publicly for the support that he gave us, and through Calvin, he arranged to get funding from Minister Jerry Reid to cover the cost of our expenditure travel to and back from Ottawa. And the town council is very thankful for that, because it's not cheap to spend 3 to 4 days in Ottawa and come back. It's very expensive, to say the least. Regarding the arena, the council received a letter from the Recreation Commission, and the commission, as everyone on there, has resigned from the Recreation Commission. This, no doubt, was as a result of the vote, which saw the people of Burgeo vote 70% no with regard to the council building an arena in Burgeo. I don't think any of the people who voted no were happy to do that. I feel most confident that the Burgeo Town Council did not get any joy out of acknowledging the fact that our town no longer could afford an arena. However, the Rec Commission have resigned. They have asked council to get the funds audited, and it is their intention to transfer the funds over to council. However, before that's done, the town manager and the town clerk has been requested to find out the exact details of how the commission was set up, what there is pertaining to it with regard to bylaws, constitutions, and so on. And council will be dealing with its auditors and with the Department of Municipal Affairs, and no doubt we will hold a privileged meeting and see where things go from here. The playground, the fence around the playground, this was discussed in the view of the councillors. The fence fronting the road and the school road is in terrible condition, and it would be nice if we could remove the fence. However, we feel that if the fence was removed, it could be dangerous to kids maybe rushing out in the street. So therefore, the town manager has been asked to see if there's some way we can improve on that fencing and hopefully make it look a whole lot better. The tennis courts and the basketball courts, this was brought up, and you know, I've always been of the opinion that these courts were never finished, and it was good to see there's another councillor who also agreed that the courts weren't finished. So just what is required, there's fencing for sure supposed to go around tennis courts, and so therefore that's going to be looked at, and council will certainly be considering bringing those courts up into a standard of what a tennis court and a basketball court should be. Water samples, the Burgeo Town Council received 2 water samples. One was done by Atlantic Engineering with regard to the preliminary work they're doing on our water system, and that one was done on the 29th of March, and came out, our water samples came out good. There was no coliforms, there was no E. coli present in any of the tests taken. One was taken at the town hall, one was taken at Scott's Garage, another one was taken from number 46 Messers Road, and there were 2 raw water samples taken right from the pond. And these samples were taken by Atlantic Engineering. They were taken to the Department of Health to be analyzed. And so, like I've been saying all along, the water is safe to drink. It just doesn't look as if it's safe. And in the remarks section, it's written, unusual to have no bacterial growth in raw water. And what they're saying there, that there was no bacterial growth in the water samples taken directly from the pond. That was even before treatment. On the 2nd of May, we had a report from the district health inspector who came down. He took samples from Gillette's Motel, Simeon Spencer's store, the town office, and Scott's Garage. There was 0 coliform. The fetal coliform was 0. And there, the chlorine was just about right on. And again, all of the water samples taken were satisfactory. The reports of tests on your water, if anyone is concerned any time and they want to know, they can go to the town council and view the last samples whenever they feel like it. Economic Development Officer gave a report to the council on what's been happening at the BDDB. The two items which I would just mention on, was that he advised us that cruise ships will be visiting Burgeo this summer. I was of the opinion they weren't visiting, but he assures me they are visiting Burgeo. And he also, it is anticipated that the web page for Burgeo will be completed in 2 weeks. We had one building application for a shed to be constructed out around Clements Place. Regarding the Marconi celebrations, there's a thing on the go. It's called Wireless Wizard, and it's where people fly a kite. The full details and what will be taking part in that, and it could be a contest of who's got the best kite and so on. Anyway, council has got it, and we're looking at it, and there'll be more information getting back to you with regarding the Marconi celebrations and this project called Wireless Wizard. A letter was received from Mayor Bill Ogan of Placentia regarding the White Rose development, and Mayor Ogan was asking for a letter of support that anything that goes on with as far as the development and the operation of White Rose, it should be transparent, everybody should know what's going on and so on. The council approved to write a letter of support to Mr. Ogan. There was an order, the town manager was ordered to look into a site where a house was being removed. It started to be torn down last year, and it's a full year and more gone by now, and it's terrible. It's an eyesore. It's dangerous, and the town manager was instructed to write a letter giving the person a deadline to have the site cleared up, or council would clear the site up and send the person responsible the bill. You know, we have regulations whereby if a person wants to wreck a car, they've got to come to council and get a permit. And then they've got a time limit set on when they must have it completed. Well, it looks as if council's going to have to look very much on the same line as with regard to people starting to demolish homes and so on. That you can't just tear down according to as you want to use it, and let it blow around and just be a mess for the other people in the neighborhood. There was a letter received from Mr. Tom Osborne regarding bulk water shipments from the province. Mr. Osborne is totally against the shipment of bulk water from our province, and he included a petition. The town have made that petition as making that petition available at the office, so anyone who's got some strong feelings with regard to the shipment of bulk water, then drop by the town and sign the petition. There was instructions given that during the next week or two, all of the potholes in the roads around town and the holes in the pavement and the signs, cracks in the pavement and so on will be tried to be identified, and in the not too distant future, probably before the end of May, every effort will be done to try and correct these situations. Invoices in the amount of $13,490.56 was approved for payment. And that was it for council. I'd like to remind you that don't forget to shut off your water on May the 15th between 3 p.m. and 3:15 p.m. You know, this is very, very important that everyone would try to cooperate in what council is asking you to do there. I've heard some really terrible things, and I don't even want to believe that it's true, that there's people who say that, you know, they're going to open every tap they can get their hands on just to make a point to council because they called a plebiscite on the arena. You know, that is nothing only outrageously stupid. And By shutting off the water, you're not doing me a favor, you're not doing anyone who's sitting on the town council a favor, you're doing yourself a favor, you're doing your town a favor. So I really would, you know, let's be grown-ups about this and turn off the water from 3 to 3:15 on May the 15th. There's one other thing I would like to pass on that it's not a council matter, but regarding the food fishery, and that's been a thing which has touched the lives of just about everybody here in Burgeo, and there's been a lot of discussion about it. I don't know the details, it only came out yesterday, but I do know that the Department of Fisheries and Oceans have put regulations in place regarding the food fishery. Right now these regulations are gone to be gazetted, which means once they're gazetted it will be law. And so if there's any of you who's right now they're seeking input from people who's got some views as whether there should be a food fishery or there shouldn't be a food fishery. So I would encourage the people of Burgeo to get the website number. A lot of people in Burgeo today got computers and you're on the internet, and express your views. I'm sure the information can be picked off the website. I don't have what the number is to bring it up. However, I'm pretty sure if you check with the DFO office that they could give you the .com access code to go in and get the information, and also the phone number, the fax number, and the internet number whereby you can express your views. Anyway, that's it for council for this week. Good night.
Friday of this week was Grad 2001. Here are a few highlights.
And never know what's in store. we'd like to have the introduction of our graduating class. Lori Anderson. Stephanie Barber. Sherry Dunford. Stephen Green. Jonathan Hand.
So if we get the big jobs and we make the big money, when we look back now, will the jokes still be funny? Will we still remember everything we learned in school? Still be trying to break every single rule. Will it'll bring about maybe the stop or remember?
Sharon Hand. Crystal Harris. David Ingram. Curtis Rushman. Cheryl Miles.
Will we think about tomorrow like we think about now? Can we survive it out there? Can we make it somehow? I guess I thought that this would never end. And suddenly it's like the women and men. Will the past be a shadow that will follow us around? Will his memories fade?
Billy Walworth.
This town, I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. Keep on thinking it's our time to fly. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together.
Melissa Neal.
As our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. As we go on, we remember all the times
Michelle Piercy.
and together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. As we go on, we remember
Tommy Piercy.
all the times we had together.
Amanda Sims. Rhonda Warren. Chris Warren. Billy Windsor. Mary Young. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2001.
Stay with us for Off the Rack, the community events, and the BBS Playbill, all after this.
Participation, finding solutions. Rosella's challenge, finding time for her daughter Letitia.
As a single parent, I think one of the toughest things is whether or not the relationship that you have with your child is as concrete or as solid as you think that it is. Physical activity is one of the ways in which we have so much fun together.
Rosella got some great ideas from Canada's Physical Activity Guide.
What it says to me is get up off your duff and go for a walk. People get to see how should I block in physical activity in my life. When we're out playing, we're interacting and laughing and having a great time. I think it cements the relationship.
The guide will help you make wise choices about physical activity. For your free copy of Canada's Physical Activity Guide, call 1-888-334-9769. Participation says, try it.
Off the Rack. This week as we scanned our tape rack, we came across a tape of this year's graduation class during their grade 6 graduation. You may notice that quite a few of these students are no longer at our school. Let's look back to June 1995.
Good evening and welcome to the community event segment of tonight's broadcast. I'm Jennifer Marks. The winners of the Brunettes TV Bingo were Jesse Young and Alice Parsons. Congratulations to you both. There is no TV Bingo scheduled for Wednesday, May 9th. The Lodge are selling tickets on baskets of towels. Tickets cost $1 each or 3 for $2. If you would like to purchase a ticket, you still have time before Mother's Day. To get tickets, you can ask any member of the Lodge. Your support will be greatly appreciated. The United Church Projects Committee will be having their Cake Plus sale on Saturday, May 12th in the United Church Hall. There will be a wide variety of baked goods just in time for Mother's Day. Please support the United Church Projects Committee and come along to their Cakes Plus sale. The Family Resident Council will be having their Bake and Craft sale on Monday, May 7th, starting at 7 p.m. in the main lobby of the Calder Health Care Center. Come along and bring a friend. Your support will be greatly appreciated. If your group or organization has an upcoming event planned, we would be happy to advertise it for you. Just call the BBS office by Wednesdays of each week to have items included in this portion of our broadcast. That concludes the community event segment of tonight's broadcast. See you next week.
BBS Playbill. Tune in on Tuesday for a rebroadcast of Pansy's Garden. There is no TV bingo scheduled for Wednesday, May the 9th. Tune in on Thursday when we have the performance by George Schreiker. Join Pansy and the gang for 2 stories, a craft, and lots of fun on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on Pansy's Garden. Next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. we will have religious revelations from the Anglican Church. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. For This Week in Review, I'm Marie Rose. Good night and God bless.